The Corcoran Gallery of Art opened an exhibition of the work of Shomei Tomatsu on May 21st. Tomatsu, born in 1930, is Japan's preeminent post-war photographer, and his work has rarely been seen in the United States. This retrospective exhibition, drawn almost entirely from the artist's collection, comprises roughly 200 photographs executed over a period of 30 years. Shomei Tomatsu, Skin of the Nation, was organized by the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art.
Well, any organization that has any investment in its communities and in fact in its own future knows that a relationship with the arts, the performing arts or the museums of this world and of our communities is very important. It is in fact our investment in our civilization.
Picturing the Banjo is an exhibition of 71 paintings, prints, photographs, books, and banjos that illustrate the history of the banjo as an icon in American art from the late 18th century to the present.
This is not a cultural history of the musical instrument itself. Rather, it's a survey of the way in which painters, publishers, and their public have manipulated the banjo for their own ideological messages.
Put on the lid. Mama little baby love shortening and bread. Say mama little baby love shortening, mama little baby love shortening and bread. And I said, you don't get more shortening in my bread. I'm gonna make a little shortening, I'm gonna make a little shortening bread.
The idea for the new Nutcracker is quite simple. It'll be set in historic Washington, D.C. in 1882. The party scene will be set in Georgetown Mansion, roughly based on Dunbarton Oaks. The protagonist, Clara, falls asleep at the end of this party and dreams sort of anachronistically through time, and bits of American culture and American iconography are sort of woven through the story. And the Nutcracker is based on George Washington. The Rat King is George III, and the battle between the Revolutionary Army and these red coat British rats. And Act 2 is set among the cherry blossoms in full bloom on the banks of the Potomac.
Well, this will offer Washingtonians and anyone visiting the Capitol a small retrospective of Warhol's work.
This spring, Mark McKay released his album entitled Shimmer. On the album, McKay unleashes material that is philosophical, romantic, and at times political. The songs retain a rich live vibe, recorded in an approach that is both musically deliberate and spontaneous. McKay has earned a reputation for writing rugged and beautiful songs in the tradition of rootsy rock and roll. His work is often compared to that of Alejandro Escovedo, Cracker's David Lowry, and in Nebraska-era Bruce Springsteen. We caught up with Mark earlier this year at the Iota Club in Arlington, Virginia.
I made Shimmer up in Brooklyn, New York, and it was produced by a guy named Eric Roscoe Amble. Roscoe plays guitar with Steve Earle, and so that can give you some indication of what the album sounds like. It's very straightforward in its approach. We just plug instruments and amplifiers, and everyone plays at once, so it's got a very live feel to it because that's what it is. It's a band playing these songs live. And I'm very excited about it because it's the first album I've made where I really feel like the songs are kind of captured in a way that I saw them when I wrote them, and that's exciting. So in some ways, the songs surprised me at how exciting they came out.
Nobody needs to fret about me. I know about what's wrong and what's right.
I invite friends down to where I live, and I set up my Super 8 camera, which is an old family Super 8 camera, on a tripod, and I put in a cassette of Super 8 film, which is 3 minutes long, and I start the film and I ask them or give them the opportunity to do or say whatever they would like in front of the camera for 3 minutes, and I leave. So I'm absent, but the camera's present, and they have a conversation about whatever, whomever they would like. And the idea was, and it was under the understanding that it would be silent, so what they would say would be left between them and the landscape, because that's the only people present.